Pastor Squatch. Please pardon a long introduction. I gotta make sure I am really live. Today we're gonna be talking about kukri knives. Gonna show you guys some kukris. And all this is subject to change, guys, because today I got one of the very last, this is the second Condor knife I've ever got. And the last time it was also a discontinued knife that was one of the very last ones you could possibly get. So hello, welcome. This is KTAM Radio, Pastor Squatch. We are the other dimension of the Second Amendment here, supporting Joe X and freedom. So instead of guns, guys, we do survival knives, generally axes, tomahawks, all that too, and guns time to time, usually pointing people to gun channels. Anyways, this is showing you guys kukri knives, okay? If you're new to bushcraft style knives, I could really get you up to speed. I know a lot of shit. So first off, okay, yeah, so as I was saying, guys, last time I got a Condor, it was one of the very, very last ones on a discontinued knife. Same here. One thing about that knife, Condor, the lovely blade, seems like they rust kind of easy, so I have to make sure I oil this a lot more. This is not the Condor. This is a K-bar Kukri, not the combat Kukri, the K-bar regular Kukri. This knife right here would probably have been just enough. I've tried to break this knife before on purpose. I have a pretty good video on it, a short, where I blast through a huge branch as if this was a hatchet or an axe. And that day I tried to break it. It wasn't this very one, it was a different one. I've had these like 3 to 4 times. I tried to break it on purpose, and the only thing that could happen was it got wobbly inside the handle. K-bar Kukri, very easy to find. It's at a false edge. It's a low bevel with a low bevel grind. It's like a low grind, but a hollow grind. Sorry, hollow grind, low bevel. I'm surprised it has almost just as much bite as my Work Tough Gear Warhammer, and out of all the kukris, out of every knife that exists, I would bet has the most comfortable handle, and so much I don't even put a lanyard on it. If you know what a lanyard is, I will show you. That was the K-bar Kukri, and then I'll get around to my new one, okay? Amazon said this was going to be a partially leather sheath, but they lied. K-bar Kukri, got this one from Amazon. Used to get them from military surplus stores all the time. When I got this SE recently, SE Jakarta SPAT series Kukri, when I got it recently, the SC Hungless, I don't know if it's going to make a comeback. The SC Hungless, not the SC Hungless 2. SC Hungless is like discontinued, at least temporarily. It's almost the same sheath, but I think on the K-bar, this one doesn't go up. It goes down the other way. This one has a lot of bite. Convex edge. Full flat grind, 1075, more aggressive shape, lighter weight. Needs a lanyard. If you guys want to know how to put a lanyard on and all that, let me know. I really love this SES spot thing, but I don't have the greatest camera view and all that, so I just beg your pardon to take my word on it. So obviously I've been into kukris for a while, right? I've handled some really best kukris. I think if it's not a forward heavy blade, you're wasting your time, but tactical applications can be always very different. Carving, fine work applications can be very different. How you guys do it? I'm showing off kukri knives. I just got a new one. So this is the Condor Heavy Duty Kukri. This has been phased out. This is one of the last ones. I was very lucky to find this because they're going with the K-Tac Kukri. I could say the pros and cons of both. This is really light. This is scaring me that they forgot to put the right one in there or something. This feels just as light as my the Kukri I just showed you guys is very lightweight. It would be ideal for weaponry slash bushcraft, because sometimes, not all the time, is something really good for bushcraft commensurate for tactical and vice versa. So you like to get something right in between because you got to survive out there. So this is Condor Heavy Duty Kukri that seems to be phased out by the K-Tac Kukri. You know, recently I've some dude threatened to stab me, and then running into wild animals, and they were across a river. I got a video on it. It was very uneventful. It was just pretty. It was obviously had been something predatorial. It was obvious. I think it was smelling my beef jerky that I was eating. And anyways, what was I gonna say? I forgot, dude. I don't know. Oh yeah, the K-Tac Kukri is very deployable. I think, in my opinion, the way I trained, because I started with that K-Bar Kukri that I just showed you guys, please bear with me. I take my time and open things like a wuss because I don't want to scratch nothing. And I'm spacey, like talking and doing this at the same time. Yeah, you get the point. Like chewing bubble gum and talking at the same time, or walking. Anyways, second Condor. Ironically, the first time I got Condor, same scenario. It was going one of the last ones out there from a vendor that only had one left, and this one's from Bixco. Remember, the first Condor I got, I bought straight from Donnie B all day, dude. Donnie B all day is like the Goro before the Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung, which is Joe X. So he's like one of the bosses of the knife community. So I want to see how. Oh shit! I'm gonna make a mess if people get pissed. Got the heavy duty Kukri instead because my rationale is, even though the heavy duty Kukri should have less bite, because usually blades that are thin behind the edge, meaning that they're usually considered like they don't feel as heavy or as axe wise. They're more of a slicing. Anyways, it's a long story, but since this is heavier than the K-Tac Kukri, if I ever don't have access to proper sharpening methods, then it should still whoop some ass because of the weight behind it. Now, I wanted K-Bar let me down and did not give me a real leather sheath. Another thing I wanted to get before, I know I'm long-winded, guys. I'll get to it. I was thinking about getting a much bigger weapon than this. The top Storm Vector is a Viking sword replica, but a knife, meaning it's like almost like 19-inch long total length of a machete. It's a monster. But that is hard to carry. That is hard to explain why you're carrying it to scare people. It would make me feel really safe. But this Kukri should have almost the equivalent of the same power, a lot of less bite force, because the top Storm Vector is what you're going to be called like a full flat grind. That can kill. But obviously, this knife, since it's thicker stock, it's less. It'll do the job if you had to defend yourself, but it should be more heavy duty to not break when you're chopping really hard wood. And I live out in the desert, so you could run across petrified wood and all that. So I guess they keep the sheath and the knife separate. And this is beautiful. And one thing about the Condor I had before, they it rusted really easy. I don't want to drop this, so pardon me. Oh, that was easy to open. Yes, this is amazing, man. Honestly, the SC does feel more like a weapon, but the SC is uh, kind of like not bigger, but it's longer than this one. The SC, this one feels like it could slide out the hand a little bit compared to the SC. No, the SC, because I have a lanyard in it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to oil this baby up. It doesn't have a coating on it. It can rust. The spine is, I never had a blade as thick as that in the spine. I guess it tapers down to a 1/4 inch edge. The tip does look a little bit bent. It's like their last display one. But I'm not going to complain. You know why? Because these are for chopping, not really slashing. They say these don't come in hair sharp. They say, because it's such a thick blade, it's, you know, let me run this on a ceramic rod real quick, guys. Let me see. Now with these ceramic rods, I'm not just going to ching 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 like I do backwards. And pardon me, I brace this against something, and then you just want to barely feel the scrape. Anybody care about learning how to sharpen knives? I can show. I'm the best knife sharpener that I know. I know people that are like, you know, I know somebody who's proud of being the Boy Scouts. They can't sharpen a knife as good as me in the field. I mean, maybe they had a belt sander. I know some dude who's a Marine, and he can't sharpen a knife as good. Who cares? They still, at the end of the day, one's a truck driver, one's a Marine. They'll whoop my ass, right? But kudos to them. Yeah, I made it sharper. I could tell. Yeah, I wouldn't lie to you guys. It's decently sharp for what it is. It's gonna have good power. I will probably put a lanyard on it. A lanyard is always the way I do it. The blade in your palm is gonna be facing the opposite way. Then you put your thumb through the string, and then you collapse them forward. It'll make it feel really tight on your hand. Supposedly this swivels. This is one of the reasons I got this for, so I could easy access or whatever. Condor's known for giving you the greatest sheaths, like the best sheaths for Condor and SE. That SE has a generic sheath. The SE Hungless. SE is a really, SE and Condor, everybody loves SE. SE gets really great views. People love Condor too, man. And yeah, I'm really delicate until I know I'm not gonna F anything up and get a feel for it. But it's a samurai tradition, by the way, guys, to sheath your blades kind of really clean, like wipe off the blade and put them back really. Yeah, that feels. Somebody said that it's not gonna fall out like it shakes. No, this holds it really tight. Yeah, so that this can sit on my belt just like this. And la-di-da. Scared of it rusting because it doesn't have the kind of coating that Tops puts on their blades. And yeah, way to go, Condor. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It scrapes a ferro rod, so I know, and it's smaller than my Work Tough gear with about the same amount of power. Yeah. Thank you, Joe Flowers. I'm really happy about this. Squatcho approves. Squatcho approves. I haven't even used it yet, and I know this is going to be a beast. Doesn't have the tent peg beater like the K-Tac, but I don't care. I want this. I want leather. Yeah, this is amazing. All right, guys, you have a really good day. This was Squatcho. We were comparing kukris. And just FYI, guys, you would like, there's no guarantees. Other than my word on it, I wouldn't do you any wrong, and I'm not going to accept any returns or whatever. If you guys ever want to buy some of these knives that I show, feel free to holler back. I really will do you right. I won't screw you over, but you just have to trust me and make sure you don't typo the address. It's a buyer beware, so it's at your own risk. But I wouldn't do you wrong like that. Why would I put my face out there or screw anybody want to be hated on purpose? So later, guys. Just to let you know, Condor K-Tac Kukri. Have a good day.